Good night, everybody. Good night, everyone. Good night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I want to first apologize. I'm sorry I'm late. Good night to Andrea. Andrea was in the chat early too. She was ready. I hope I didn't disappoint her. I'm 1 hour late, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. I am late. Um, Shout out to everybody that hit the like button. Shout out to everybody that shared the live. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to all my day ones. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my members. Big shout out to all my members. You know what I mean? Appreciate y'all. So I'm live right now on BOLO TBV. I'm live on BOLO V&R 2.0. And I'm live on BOLO V&R Clips. Um, Leadership Matters, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm live on BOLO V&R on TikTok. So we're going to talk about my country, Jamaica, tonight. Of course, there's a warship coming. They said on Monday it's going to be here for 5 days. So that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. That's 5 days from the 1st to the 5th of June. June is going to be a very interesting month. Prophecies out there is already giving us a heads up of what is about to take place. You know what I mean? So it's going to be very interesting, to say the least. It's going to be very interesting indeed. Uh, just turn this off. Let me start another browser. It's going to be a unique browser. I'm going to start another browser here. On BOLO TV. Yeah, let me start another browser. There it is. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be like this. I get the right thing. Oh my god, what nice. So first of all, let me do it like this and like this and like that so what is it? One 108 1820 1820. I think it's 1820. I don't want to make no mistakes. Okay, so I don't know if it looked like that. I think that's what it is. I think so. Yeah, I think that's what it is. All right, so let me bring this down here somewhere. All right, so let me bring that down there. Let me take this off the screen. Good night, guys. Good night, good night. Come on in, hit that like button, share the live stream. We gonna work tonight. We're gonna work tonight. We're gonna work. So let me just try. Yeah, I think this is we good now. So I can do this. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, Bolo. Okay, Mister. You're gonna upsize. All right. Yep. Stop right there. That's good. That's good. That's perfect. Boom. That's what's up. All right. There we go. All right. So now I can interact with it. Hey, what's up? Good morning, Valerie. How are you, sweetheart? Big shout out, big shout out. Appreciate you for coming up, being in the building. I told everybody I would be here 11. I'm an hour late. Hey, listen, it's the weekend. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize. I'm sorry. I apologize and I'm sorry. But we gotta go to Colin Bell show, man. Well, he had a bombshell.
And that's why we are.
He had a bombshell live stream, right? No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. Take that off. Escape. What is this? Oh, how do I exit this? Damn. Oh, there it is. There we go. Damn, why is it doing that? Why can't I zoom in on it like everything else? So you telling, all right, you know what? Let me just fix it. I want to show the entire screen. This is a problem. All right, so let me just do this. There we go. Yeah, that is satisfactory. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Now we can get into this conversation. So shout out to Colin Bell, Portland Spice TV on YouTube. Make sure y'all go check it out. Check him out on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. Fitz Jackson was on. Powerful interview. So I want to do a little, you know what I'm saying? Yes, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Let's check out this interview. Like and share the video. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you. Let's get it. I hope y'all like the setup. And I'm not talking about a setup. I'm talking about the setup. The actual look. That's what I'm talking about. Anywho, let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. Who I need to shout out? Before I continue? We got Carl Campbell in the building. Thank you. We got, thank you for the follow. Let's go. Thank you for the follow. We got Angela. Angela, what's up? Appreciate the people on TikTok, man. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for all y'all support. Shout out to the people on YouTube. Thank each and every one of y'all for y'all support. So TikTok, I need your help. Late night, we gotta wake people up. So I need you to share the live, like Forever Riches, big up. I need y'all to share the live. Okay? Share the live. I'm about to do the same. Let me see who we got on BOLO TV right now. Anybody in the comment section? Nobody to shout out? Okay, we're gonna move on. Everybody quiet tonight. Let's listen to this.
TFT we call it. And MP Fitz Jackson. MP, morning.
Good morning to your listeners and your viewers.
Welcome to Portland Spice TV, sir.
Thank you.
MP, a lot of things out there. Whole heap of things. And I figure your work, even though as shadow minister, is really heavy right now. One of the things I want to ask you about, though, a lot of police have been calling me complaining that they're not getting their overtime. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not aware.
That is one of the things.
In the past, yes. I will talk to the federation.
And also people who work at places like Twickenham Park and them places, say them not get them overtime.
That is unfortunate. Our public sector workers.
Selva Nev. Go on, my brother. Lavish01. What's up, mama? How you doing? Thank you all for being here, man. I'm sorry I'm late, yo. I really am sorry I'm late. Please forgive me. I'm supposed to be here 11 p.m. I came here an hour late. People gonna be thinking, oh man, BOLO not coming on again. I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm here. So please like and share the video, please. Thank you. Yeah. You see what's going on.
And in particular, our security personnel who are there to protect us while we sleep, go about our normal lives. ought not to be put in any precarious position in terms of just attending to their own well-being.
Yes.
So that is one, it affects everybody, but I think greater sensitivity have to be placed for those who are on the front line on a daily basis.
All right, beautiful. Let's look at the security of our country. The government is saying that they are doing extremely well. Murders are down. What say you at this point?
Well, Colin, by any stretch of the argument, a reduction in murders is always welcome. It is one that all administrations over the years have sought to grapple with to minimize the number of deaths per 100, number of deaths per year, all about creating an environment that people can feel safe to go about their normal lives. So crime reduction is not an abstract thing. The numbers coming down is not an abstract thing. It must translate into people feeling safe and be able to go about their lives, whether to go to church, to go to school, to go shopping, and to just walk around and do nothing. You know, people need to feel safe. So I think that is the ultimate measure. The number is only one indication of crime. It is not an indication of safety.
So does the people of Jamaica feel safe, Fitz Jackson?
I don't pick that up. I don't pick that up. People I encounter right across the country, they welcome the crime reduction numbers, but they don't feel safe. They feel in the same mode of unsafe. Unsafety or not safe. But what I think also compounds it is that while there has been the concern of being murdered or being shot or shot at by criminals in your going about your daily lives, an increasing number of persons are feeling unsafe from the high number of police fatalities that have been occurring in recent times.
What you're saying?
Yes, yes, yes.
But a lot of people are applauding the police and say, kill the criminal them, kill them.
Well, you know, you have to dig a little deeper.
Yes.
When people say kill the criminals, it's because of an inherent presumption that one, not only the person's killed are criminal, but the circumstance under which they are killed is justified. That's an inherent assumption. Both things are not necessarily true. Note I said not necessarily true.
Right.
And another question arises, which no doubt will come to in a moment, but let's defer that are body-worn cameras.
Oh, definitely we'll go into that.
Let's defer that for.
Shout out to Alethea Ellis in the building. What's up, Alethea? Donovan, big up yourself, General, outside.
A couple of minutes. And come back to the whole question of feeling safe and what contributes to them not feeling safe. All of us, including myself. My father was once a district constable.
My father was a blue scene police.
Well, your father was a higher rank than my father. You know. And I say that deliberately to say that there is no inherent hostility to police when you object to or disagree with any action emanating from a police or a police officer. 1 or 2 or 10 or 20 persons doesn't make for all the police officers. But regrettably, the bad that is done by those small numbers places a stain on the entire force, which is unfortunate. And the same thing applies to politicians. Once you fall under the banner of a politician, you are readily deemed to be dishonest, criminal, and a liar. You know, regrettably too, I have to bear that allegation, as although it's not directed at me, because no one has been able to point to any such action on my part. But I'm a politician.
So they put all politicians in one basket and class.
Yes, yes. In the same way that when a few police men or women behave in a dishonorable way, it stains the entire police force. So we're not immune to it. And I made that point at the pub.
You know, I love how you started this conversation. Jackie, what's up? I love how you started this conversation because that is true. A lot of people view all politicians in one way. This is what it is. What am I going to do? Like, what are they going to actually do? It is what it is. Hey, it is what it is, man. Tough.
Public forum recently. But the whole question of safety, regrettably, it is not where it ought to be, notwithstanding the dramatic and significant reduction in murders. But just that's what it is, reduction in murders.
But
That's all it is.
Sir Jackson, is there really a reduction? Because if you had the number of people that the police have that have been killed by police,
It's going
to the
to come
amount
back
of
to the
people
same.
killed. So exactly. So if you look at killings, and not necessarily class them as murder, but if you look at killings in Jamaica, are we really down?
Well, they are what they are. Over 300 plus last year by the police, and about 600 and something was the murders otherwise. So just under 1,000.
Right.
This year, you're going up in a similar way, you know. So yes, that is a matter of fact, and not just it being a matter of fact, Colin, but it must be a source of concern. You know why this thing bothers me, and it ties back to what I was saying about feeling safe by the everyday Jamaican. In much the same way that over the years when criminals were killing innocent people and there are citizens in communities who know who these criminals are and not willing to speak, right? Until it comes to their doorstep.
Mm-hmm.
And then, a lot of them begin to shout and cry, we have a serious crime problem. The same thing holds when you have a number of persons who have been killed at the hands of the police in questionable circumstance, and everybody keep quiet.
But Sir Jackson, what do you say to people who will say to that?
And let me give you an example of what Mr. Fitzjackson is talking about. When you look at is it Romaine Ferguson, the young man that opened the door and the 20 police then went in? No other police out of the 20 plus police said a different story from the police. Everybody said the same thing pretty much. They all signed to the same account of what took place. That Jamar Ferguson somehow, after raising his hands in the air like this, surrendering to the police, he somehow got loose, took up a gun in his bedroom. Remember, he opened the door was locked. And so every police there so have this one account of what happened. It's not, listen, that's not reality. When you see those things happen, you know there's something wrong. Automatic. Common sense. You see me? Like and share this video, ladies and gentlemen.
That argument that we are giving information to the police that X is a gunman and Y is a gunman and the police go kill them. So why we not make nice about it? We're giving the police information and the police are killing the gunman them.
Information doesn't necessarily mean fact, right? Information in our jurisprudence doesn't mean trial and
conviction.
Conviction. It doesn't. We live in a jurisdiction which everybody would want to apply to us. But if we apply to us, it must apply to everybody else.
But you just said that people know who the people are kill the people them.
No, well, I don't know if your example holds throughout. You might have instances of that. That is not a constant. That every time an information is given by the police
to the police,
it is in fact. Because people tell life on people too,
Bingo. Police their life on people too. People are people, people are human beings. That's why it is sensible for the government, if they want true justice, to make sure that body-worn cameras is mandatory. You understand?
I am going to come to that.
Right? People tell life on people.
Right? A man might just not like you. I might just not like you, and because him knows if him tell the police say you're a gunman, police are going to kill you.
Exactly.
Yes,
so
I will come to that.
Don't think about giving information. It's not that the information is coming out of him and it is all righteous and truthful. Information is the starting point for investigation.
Thank you. That is it.
Right? It is the starting point to assist the process of investigation and all else that flow from it. If the quite frankly, Colin, as spokesperson in this period and prior, I have gotten quite a bit of information come to me,
Yes.
And when I dig a little deep, I can't go any further, I can't go any further to hold persons responsible or that it is so, because it begins to fall apart when they begin to probe.
Yes.
Information and criminal activities is no different, right? So yes, we urge people to give information to the authorities.
And what you just said is all the more reason why police should follow the Constitution, observe the right to life, stop unaliving the people them unnecessarily, bring them in, do real investigative work so that you guys don't unalive innocent people. That's all the more reason because people they life on people for true. Suppose I want to tell life on a man. Multiple people that are coming to tell life on somebody. So them a criminal, them a scammer or whatever. Police now take that information and then go to the people them things. And the people them is none of that. And because they know that the police is on this type of energy and on this type of time, they use that against the police just to get rid of this person. Come on, man. This type of mentality is opening up police to take on contract unalivings. Yeah, yeah, real thing.
And I deliberately say not just the police, but give information to the pertinent authority in respect to any other activity wrongdoing, whether it is corruption, whether it is fraud, well, murder, any untoward action. Give the information to the pertinent authorities and for them to be investigated, because everybody must get a fair trial. Everybody who is accused must get the opportunity to prove their innocence against those allegations.
MP Jackson, the Prime Minister of Jamaica said that when the police go, you either go meet a judge or meet your maker. What do you have to say about a statement like that?
Well, the Prime Minister is becoming more and more known for being reckless, careless, or some might even say evil in his pronouncements.
I'm dead.
Because I would not expect a Prime Minister to make a statement like that.
But Dr. Chang said when the police them shoot, they must shoot. That's we don't have to use up no resources to get no ambulance and take up hospital space.
Well, that is even worse. That is even worse.
So
and that tells us, Colin, the crisis that our country is in. Because when our national leaders, and not just national leaders, but leaders who hold sensitive and important portfolios of national security, overall governance, makes those statements, and many, and perhaps too many people, see it's okay. However, many will get more caught up in a statement made by an MP about the speaker, or whether or not.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Mr. Fitz Jackson just fired a shot a while ago. Listen to the argument, listen to the question and listen to the argument. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Fitz Jackson just fired a shot, not literally, but figuratively, of a Kamina Johnson Smith, Juliet Cuthbert, and Favor Williams. Listen to this.
That tells us, Colin, the crisis that our country is in. Because when our national leaders, and not just national leaders, but leaders who hold sensitive and important portfolios of national security, overall governance, makes those statements, and many, and perhaps too many people, see it's okay. However, many will get more caught up in a statement made by an MP about the speaker, or whether or not. It tells us what our priorities are.
But
All of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light. Emotional damage. Embarrassing.
We need some milk.
I'm dead.
Now, how Juliet Cuthbert feel? Kamina Johnson Smith. Favoral Williams. How do you feel? PMP soon, you know. Now come off on Nikisha Burchell. But you know better hop off our bumper here. I'm going to talk about some relevant things that are going on in our country. It makes sense to affect people's life. But in our defense speaker, they was going to. No waste of time. It's just so sad to say. I never have a choice about who actually get paid my tax dollars. I'm if you tell you, for me alone, I only get no money. Because I don't know who only make up for it. You, Favoral Williams, don't make no sense in economics, right? As the finance minister, you don't make 1 cent, not even one, or $2,000 for buy Pro Box. You save $2,000. Kamina Johnson Smith, the world is on fire. And you have a portfolio to react to all of that. What are you doing? Juliet Cuthbert, what do you do? What you do? My TikTok, what an embarrassment. No, sir.
Embarrassing.
We need some milk.
Terrible. Terrible, man. Let's continue.
When you have issues of life and death, when you have issues of hardships that people face in their day-to-day lives, hardships in providing food for themselves and their family, hardships in providing and accessing health care and urgent health care services on a daily basis, not on a one-off basis, on a daily basis. For many of us who are members of parliament, we encounter these realities face to face on an ongoing basis. And I'm not talking about statistical reports. I'm talking about live living people who you come in contact with, where you in your own constituency. When those issues are secondary, right, to whether or not standing order is breached and patois is spoken, then it tells us where our priorities are.
But would you be willing to forgive the Prime Minister and the Minister of Security for using those terms based on the fact that they might have been overwhelmed by the numbers of murders that was taking place in the country? I mean, our own Peter Bunting asked for divine intervention.
Well, first of all, the position of governance and governing, being as responsible as they are, requires the office holders to have the requisite composure, steadiness of mind to hold those portfolios.
Yeah.
And as the question you asked about forgiveness, the Bible tells us you can't seek forgiveness if you are not prepared to confess of your sins.
True.
Right? And have some sort of...
I love the answer there. Because when has Andrew Honest and, you know, the people at the JLP, when have they really come and said, man, you know, we messed up. We are sorry. If they did that half the time, I wouldn't be pressing them like this. But they are arrogant. They never do anything wrong, even when they're doing the worst things, even when they're doing the most wrong things in terms of their approach. They never do anything wrong. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Remorse about that which you have said or done. I've not heard such coming from either the Prime Minister or the Minister. On the contrary, there's a doubling down on those statements.
MP Jackson, based on those statements from both Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, and the fact that in his sectorial debate, Minister Chang said that nobody can tell the police what to do, would I be fair in saying that the police not wearing body cameras is a direct instruction from the government of Jamaica that they don't need to? Or the government don't want them to wear the body camera. And let me say one more thing, so I allow you to go, and them to wear it.
Seek forgiveness if you are not prepared to confess of your sins, right? And have some sort of remorse about that which you have said or done. I have not heard such coming from either the Prime Minister or the Minister. On the contrary, there's a doubling down.
True.
And those statements.
MP Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, the question that Calendar is about to ask is an important one, and the answers are even more important. Listen to this.
Based on those statements from both Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, and the fact that in his sectorial debate, Minister Chang said that nobody can tell the police what to do, would I be fair in saying that the police not wearing body cameras is a direct instruction from the government of Jamaica that they don't need to? Or the government don't want them to wear any body camera? And let me say one more thing, so I allow you to go. And would it be fair for those of us who strongly believe, that there's a death squad roaming Jamaica, a police death squad roaming Jamaica, ordered by the government of Jamaica?
Let me come to the first point first, and to be very straightforward. The answer to the about the government sanctioning the non-use of
body
cameras. Straight answer is yes. I made some remarks recently at the JFJ forum, and I said that explicitly. And let me reiterate another point I made. The opposition of the People's National Party supports and demands the mandatory use of body-worn cameras in operations. That is unequivocal. About the issue of operational decisions, and it ties back to that point I just made. Yes, the Commissioner of Police and his commanders have the responsibility and the authority to make operational decisions. The question of body-worn camera being worn is a policy issue that the government of the day has responsibility for.
I'm dead.
Jamaica, if you miss that, let me explain to you. Horace Chang is right. Dr. Kevin Blake, yo, are you in charge of operations? But policy, that's the legislators. So if they want it to be mandatory, that body-worn cameras is worn, all they gotta do is put it in policy. So have they done that? No. Will they do it? I don't think so. But you have to understand where the responsibilities lie. And that's civics. That's what the man just teach you a while ago. You know? It is all about policy making. And when they want to make certain policies that, you know, is favorable to them, they do it. So what about what's favorable to the citizens of Jamaica? Tell them know what y'all think, man. All the person.
We set policies in a number of areas. There's policy regarding motor vehicle operation and what the police do, the examiners do, and other persons involved in that sphere of activity. It is not new or unusual that government set policy in order to ensure that certain things don't happen, or to ensure that certain things do happen.
That's right.
And in this case of the body-worn cameras, it is to make sure that there is transparency in the activities of the police officers when they are in contact with citizens, that there is accountability, both on the part of the police officers involved and the citizens, because citizens can tell lie too, and tell lie on the police. It's not every citizen who come and make this claim to one way or the other is necessarily telling the truth.
That's right.
And so the body-worn camera will be able to protect the police against those inaccurate or false accusations.
Very, very simple.
And it, of course, protects the police officer in reinforcing what he or she actually did during that encounter with the citizens. So yes, I am of the position that it is a policy unstated publicly by the government. because they see these things are happening or not happening, and they have not either instructed or given the necessary steps to cause it to cease. It's just plain and simple. The Prime Minister and the Minister of National Security, notwithstanding what they have said to the contrary, they are in full support of the police not wearing body-worn cameras during the operations. And I stand by that.
MP Jackson.
Jamaica, no lies have been told. And I love, you know, this man is, you know, he's been here, he's been around the block a few times politically. So if you notice when he's in Parliament, he's one of those persons that drew the onus, cannot stand when he's in Parliament because he's not afraid to challenge her, both when it comes on to the standing orders and just principle of the house. You get me? So shout out to Mr. Fitz Jackson, man. I appreciate everything he's saying, and he's right.
The people of Jamaica looking on. When the minister said that nobody can tell the police what to do, as you explained a while ago, as it relates to operation, but the policy decisions are from the government of Jamaica. What role does the opposition have to play now in protecting the people of Jamaica? Because from where I sit, it's obvious that the government has given a free hand to the police. We saw what happened in Montego Bay. We are on camera. A citizen.
There are basically at least two ways. At least two ways. I see. One we had in terms of what we can do.
Yes.
As an opposition, we can advocate. We can.
Somebody just asked me who is speaking. That is Mr. Fitz Jackson. All right, yeah, man, Mr. Fitz Jackson, MP Fitz Jackson of the People's National Party. Yeah, man.
Advocate. We can advocate. We can propose. We can propose. We can propose. But we can't execute government policies. You have one government at a time. But notwithstanding that,
go easy on the food before vacation.
advocate, we can advocate, we can propose, we can propose, we can propose, but we can't execute government policies. You have one government at a time.
True.
But notwithstanding that, people had the opportunity to make a difference last year, September.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Regrettably, it never happened. And that's why we're talking about many of the things we're talking about. Because I will tell you, a People's National Party administration, whether I was or is the Minister of National Security, and whoever else in that position on behalf of the People's National Party, because we operate as a collective in the People's National Party, would give the policy directives to the Commissioner of Police. It would not be a request on the Commissioner of Police. It would be a policy directive for body-worn cameras to be in operation and planned operations.
Jamaica, and if not, but not maybe. PNP is for the people, yeah? Them things we are going with them police and all that and them something there. Just to make the people them feel more like, yeah, as a matter of fact, it's called the People's National Party, so they're going to listen to the people. So it's not that they don't know how to govern, but they govern in an inclusive way. So they are going to listen to the people. They are going to listen to the Splash DJ Big Up. Oh, remember pin my live goal. Yo, ladies. Ladies, check out the live goal, ladies. The people in BOLO V&R. Check out the live goal. Man, them consolidate the donation money to funds to death. Jaim, you know, so me still a try to understand that. You know, me still a try to understand that though. I'm going to tell you. I not jump to the conclusion, But what I like to know, Mario and Splash DG, what I like to know. So when you send it to the debt, the next year, we are going to send back the 770 million or the 700 million back to them like this fiscal year. The money go back to the entity after I go in a consolidated fund. How does that work? That's what I want to know. Or does the money reset altogether? Meaning you're going to send back 50,000 times 20,000, whatever that is. You're going to, because remember the solidarity program is 50,000 versus the target. So does it target 50,000 person every year? So the money go back to the consolidated fund, and then on the new fiscal year, we'll get back the amount that fresh. Is that how it works? Or does it go to pay the debt and then it disappears? Because I need that question answered, you know. Mr. Cole, big up yourself. I need that question answered, you know. Because if it is that the money goes to the consolidated fund and then pay the debt, and then we don't see nothing after that. Yeah, man. We don't see nothing after that. Mr. Cole, come on. Long time I hear from Mr. Cole, man. If it is that they come, right, I wanna see nothing after that. Me have a problem. Me have a serious problem with that.
I saw no you do me can't stay long because I just come from a week.
Yes.
Right? And the day was hectic.
Yes, sir.
But and the name.
Say that again.
The sorry this year. While the solidarity program was last year,
25th of June.
when Mark Walling said that I'm giving $1 billion to us, the creative industry. The Jamaica Labour Party, under the DSP,
Yeah, break up, Mr. Cole. Yeah, break up.
Right?
More you talk clear, because you talk to people on YouTube. Yeah, break up.
Yeah. So last year,
Yes.
right, when Mark Walling said that they must give the creative art $1 billion
Yes.
to us, the creative art. And you always, and the Jamaica Labour Party,
Yes.
come with a 3-card trick. And say, look, they must come with a solidarity program
Okay.
to help small business.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Right?
So the $20,000 would help small business?
Thank you. That was the solidarity.
Solidarity. Solidarity, yeah. You sure?
Yeah, man.
But I wouldn't even ask you if you're sure, because you someone who don't come and contact no police. So I really, that was the response.
So to counteract the creative art, in still say, look, you know, we all candy small man there. We are sell back juice.
Oh.
Cheech.
Yes.
And tell them, say, we all give them a start in life. Because the creative art, you have to spend.
Right.
Right? If you're an entertainer, if you have try create movie and then something there.
Right.
So then say, all right, we'll go now, the small people. 1 billion, the same billion when Mark Walling promised to the small, the creative art.
Oh.
No different. No different.
So, no, I forget this. Mr. Cole, just take the time out and explain it fully. Me I record this. Because this is not normal.
So what happened now? That the election came.
Yes.
And it gone.
Right.
And only $230 million was spent. justice the small people.
Right.
That the government say have $1 billion. And what I want you to do, you know, Bolo, I want you to go to every program where the government introduce that the government actually spend only 2% of the money, whether it is the solidarity program, whether it's the fund, and then dump it in the coffin of Jamaica to be back then.
So what you say, Mr. Cole, is that the man them strategically use only 2% of all of these programs. Whether it be the donation or a 2%, like that are the number.
Did not pass that.
Wow.
To fix road,
Wow.
hospital.
Wow. Wow. We really have to go look on that, because if that's what's happening and that's the pattern, then, and remember the capital the capital budget. That's what it name?
Yeah, man, the capital budget.
The capital budget. Wasn't Julian Robinson complaining that the government is underspending on the capital budget? The money allocated.
Not only Julian, I'm Ralston.
Yes. A Ralston also, yeah, that's a fact.
So, if them say them must spend $10 billion to fix road, them only spend 1.8 billion.
Wow.
That's why our road is in the poor condition.
Wow.
Try carry a date from Kingston to Spanish Town or by Dovecot. And just put one look at something in the casket. We can record. And you hear the dead are groan. You hear road bad.
Wow. It bad. It really. I don't road them anymore. A sandbed. A riverbed. No for the road them on a road no more. A riverbed them turn.
What happened that the government continue to con the Jamaican people, and then you will have like some bloggers who will came out because he has been paid. I don't know, this is a monkey basis, you know, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, monkey, aka Ninja Turtle. If you take a picture of the Ninja Turtle and put beside her, she said when our light bill to the pay, she know Belmont Road.
Say that again?
Madam Speaker, monkey, B, aka Ninja Turtle. Say that when her light bill and her internet bill to pay, she know Belmont Road.
Mr. Cole, let me tell you something. What I do on the internet here, I have no intention of having that type of life where me have to go to a Mark Golding or somebody in a party to pay my light bill. You must see my two blows. Me not run the metro there, brother. Me not run the metro there. No.
And I'm telling you, my brother, that these people, I believe somewhere in the Bible, and somewhere in the Bible, I believe, I leave the church so long, that it said that you sell yourself for naught. Somewhere. And that's what happened to Jamaica and Jamaicans.
Yes.
That we see the darkness and yet we call it light. prime minister in the likes of Andrew Holness, who continue to lie to the Jamaican people daily.
Man, mighty God, hey, the man has something else here, man. I don't know indeed, you know.
Yet you have a journalist like Dean Jackson Miller
Oh, Lord.
and many more, right?
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to talk about clip-use. Because based upon the interview
Yeah.
with a gentleman from Oran Radio, said there's a certain party keep up a clip-use yard.
Mighty God.
And 9 o'clock was there.
Mighty
And
God.
9 o'clock the man, sir. I know me. It is the interview.
Yes, sir. That's a
And
fact.
I'm saying to every youth in Jamaica
Yes.
and every youth who say on straight,
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Holness took $1.5 million to sell on the backside.
Mighty God. Oh, no. That is not good.
No, I know, Mr. Sir,
That is
and the
not.
Congressman America
Yes.
said that the America fund the Jamaican government to promote
Certain things, yeah.
not only that,
Yeah.
Canada, $1.2 million that this morning your little son go and wake up 6 o'clock as a boy. By 12 o'clock, him a girl. And by 6 p.m., we don't know him a what. He, she, or we don't know.
Them they here, sir. I don't know. So.
But yet you take $5,000 and go to the poll and vote it back for Andrew Holness.
But I want you to indulge me before you continue, Mr. Cole. I want to remind you of something, man, that was prophetic. I want to listen to this. Listen to this 3-minute clip. Listen to this. Mute on the mic.
This is your apostle, Elijah.
Listen to this.
Good morning, one and all. This is your apostle, Elijah, Peter Chambers. Once more, with a pounded word, hallelujah, a harsh one, and also an intriguing one. And my topic today, my story, put behind bars for speaking, thus in the Lord, and our theme, point to land. Hallelujah. The Lord reveals to me, if the PNP is going to win the general election, they must find a legislation to remove the EOJ out of the Prime Minister's office before the election, because we've seen the local government and it was...
So Jamaica, that is a clear indication what the Lord was revealing to Pastor Peter Chambers, that the election was going to be stolen, and the EOJ being in the office of the Prime Minister is a key issue. Thus saith the Lord. Not my word, not BOLO saying to this. So I have to remind the people about that myself, because here why. You know, we was going hard on the people we actually take the money, you know. We still go hard for them, see, we not let loose for them, you know. But this thing I did really set up one way, you know, Mr. Cole.
But Bolo, if that Jamaica is 90% Christian, and you have pastors like Keith in Rydell Room.
Mighty God. Good morning, boss lady. Big up yourself.
Keith in Rydell Room.
Listen, let me tell you, Mr. Cole. You see, once somebody in alignment with God and they move out of alignment, them is no longer a part of the church, you know. Them is the synagogue of. That is it. That is it.
Rydell Room
That is
was
it.
never in alignment with God.
I don't know.
No, I'm telling you.
I don't know.
Rydell Rose was never in alignment with God. Rydell Rose, see away because him lazy. His mother was lazy. His daddy was lazy. And he passed out a lazy way.
Yes.
And come and tell life and God.
Oh gosh.
And there's no chance for him to repent.
Wow.
Hell worse and dingy.
Wow.
Tell him to sue me. My brother.
Where you say splash DJ?
My son.
From Mr. Cola Bunda Fire Day, right? It's
Yeah.
so ironic where all of these people who we mentioned of just now, we include Dana Morris in it as well. All these people, bro, represent the Seventh-day Adventist church, bro. All of these people say they are Seventh-day Adventists, they are Adventist members,
Listen, me nah bash no whole entire organization, because you have a few people in there where you post like say them a follow the ways of God. So me nah go do that. But me understand the strategy I say, because it is just the facts of the matter. It is quite interesting.
I was invited
Quite
to a church service.
interesting that Andrew supposed to be Seventh-day Adventist too. What I know?
You not hear me?
You hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, what I
telling
know?
you this.
What may I say before you say that? May I say it's quite interesting that Andrew himself is a part of the Seventh-day Adventist Church as well. So it's not like saying I understand the facts, but we just make it known as a disclaimer. I am not bashing the entire organization. Let's continue, Mr. Cole.
I was invited to a church service. And when they invite me, I said, Bishop, I'm willing to come. But I want you to ask every member in that church who voted for Andrew Hollis in 2025. And he said, why? He said, I will not sit in that church with them. He said, why? They said, the Bible said, any church you go in and any pastor invite you to a church after 2025 and you go in there, you are no different from Andrew Willis once there's a labor right in there. You are a criminal and a thief.
My God.
The Bible said, woe unto him.
Hold on, Mr. Cole. And with that said, hold on, officer, let me talk. And with that said,
We don't say what me have to say, you just put my disclaimer out. You no can go on that.
That cut all of the powers from Power Faith Ministry. Power Faith Ministry.
Oh, you're talking about my good brother Delford Davis?
Right.
That kneel down and wipe off the feet of Andrew Hollis? That criminal?
No, hold on. Wait. Hold on. We need the clip of Delford Davis to do that.
BOLO. Delford Davis. Without any apology. And what I'm saying tonight have nothing to do with BOLO and his platform. All disclaimer is from Orin Cole.
And splash the J as a Fox reaction.
Right? And when Andrew Willis locked down the church and him offering start to lose, he said, oh, Mr. Prime Minister, you're a good friend, but you're going against the order of God. And when Andrew Willis come back to church, him and him are still good friend.
Thank you, Freedom. Big up.
It was the cry.
Go to the Bible say. Go to the Bible say. Go to the Bible say. All that come and preach a different gospel from the gospel of Jesus Christ is a liar and a thief. All, you never say one. All.
Yeah, thank you so much again, Freedom, for the gift. Thank you.
That was the pastor who threw up the churches them in Jamaica. if it was for any other pastor, make Mark Stewart, make Pastor Peter Chambers did say, yeah, go against the orders of the church and see if he would have freedom. No, because Pastor Davis put disclaim it, you are my good friend.
Yeah, I mean, even Pastor Peter Chambers sent word to him already publicly and said, tell him what they must say about him, you see me? So the politician, they must say them have him locked. That be tape. They talk about them because I don't say you have holy part.
That church
Yeah, man, that's your word, my general. Look come on.
You not hear me?
Me I hear you, man. Me I hear you.
Don't be afraid, right? Because the Bible says, he that seeth the dark and call it light, woe upon him.
Mm-hmm.
We have a prime minister.
Yes.
Who is based on the Integrity Commission report, is a common criminal.
My goodness.
He's not different.
Yeah.
He's not different from the little youth we took up him bang a phone and scam.
Listen to this.
When the NARRA Act can tell you that the only person can appoint the CEO of NARRA
Big up.
is the Prime Minister, and the Prime Minister came out and said, hey, make this clear, I have nothing to do with it. The Act said that. But guess what happened? The Bible said that without vigilance, the people are going to perish.
Have to perish, bro.
And Jamaican are being Jamaica perished.
Yeah. Hey, remember one time back in the day, man, people is so connected with the Most High, man. Them picnic, yo, I have to say, a whole heap of things them actually prevent bad from happening to them children, you know, because their eyes they open, you know, and they when I get that word direct, you understand?
Bolo, in closing, my final word.
Yes, sir.
I remember that my grandmother used to
Shanti,
walk
big up.
down at the church, and she begged Pastor Knight, may the both soul rest in peace, to pray over 1 gallon bottle of water. And when we are going to do exam, all of our grandchildren, them and our children, them, right? Christina Jetta Davis, take a look at the water there, where she walk along a Pastor Knight. And when she take that water where we are go, she said, drink 1 cup of that water here. And she stop with it. Not even olive oil. She no rub on with.
Whoa.
She walk along at the church. And she used that water, she call it holy water. Your belly hot you. You feel like it's one fensic.
Yeah.
And look at that water there you get to drink. Your head hot you. You feel like you get one fensic. Because fensic was the #1 tablet. You know, can't tell me, see me in the chat. Right? In our days, we never have no Panadol Ultra, no Panadol this, nor that. Fensic was the #1. And that's all she did. But you see church today, every one of them, whether you are 7-day, Jehovah's Witness, Pentecostal, Catholic, and you go to the poll 2025 and vote for Andrew Honest, the gate of hell open to swallow all of you know.
My gosh.
All. Because the Bible said if the watchman see the danger and did not warn, the blood
Yeah, man, I
is
see
upon
your punishment, man.
And you, the church, see the act, and you keep silent.
Yeah.
The opponent and the enabler is wicked, and the man who got to keep this matter good.
That is true. That is true.
But me have to wake up like a man in 4 o'clock,
Yes,
no matter what
sir.
they do.
Yes, sir.
So me
Yes,
have to
sir.
run.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself.
All right. And you will continue to be conscious here.
Yes, sir.
Do your research. Do
Yeah,
your research.
Yeah, man.
And I want Bolo, try get the book when you 101 reasons to vote for PNP. And you will see how PNP build Jamaica.
Yeah, talk about the one that Miss Portia seems to me that they put out.
No, man, it put up before Portia,
Oh.
man. 101 reasons.
Mm-hmm.
It have Portia night still an achievement and everything.
High juicy lips. All right.
Right?
Yeah, man.
But when it's a come from one little setup,
Mm-hmm.
it was one full. Yeah. So,
Understand.
the word is love, my brother.
Every time, General. Big up.
Alright.
That is it, man. Circle in that place, you know?
Off the ball, but just I say, you know, for that topic again,
Mm-hmm.
there is no other event in Jamaica like a prayer. There is no other prayer in Jamaica than the prayer organized by the BOLO V&R Church. Prayer breakfast, prayer for the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Of course, we have Pastor, not Pastor, the Prophet, and the next Mark Stewart, yeah, Pastor Stewart.
Yeah, Apostle Jeffrey Shuttleworth,
Jeffrey
Mark Stewart,
Shuttleworth,
and
Pastor Jeffrey,
Peter
Pastor
Chambers,
Jeffrey Shuttleworth.
amongst others.
I've been trying this for a number of years and get no support like the support that came through the government-based church.
Remember saying, bro, you have to remember say, Andrew send the death squad for Pastor Peter Chambers. What they would call it death squad. Because based off him testimony, them come for him. You understand what I say? And if you listen to the entire testimony, you know say when I pray in the house with ours. And the man them they done their brownstone as far as myself.
Oh, yeah, to strike.
Right? So our history thing that I first lead a lock up pastor and I watch for your worship in the church. I don't know if people remember that, but them thing they can't really like forget. If we say we are one country where actually recognize God, how you have a leader we put a law in place now COVID to even lock up the church when they actually have a worship, brother. Come on. Them things are dangerous,
Power Faith is well connected, you know. Power Faith have them own channel, them own radio stations, and all of these things, them own satellite, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you look back at COVID, that was the only church with a huge congregation. Yeah? Funeral never stop at that church, while every other church is only 5 family members would be there.
What you saying to me?
You know how which part of be, so may I tell you.
Which church you are talking about? Delphia Davis Church?
Power Faith Ministry, yeah.
What?
Power Faith Ministry, they claim that they have enough space, so more than 5 people usually be at a funeral if they are booked at the Power Faith Ministry Church.
Yeah, wow, bro. I never know that.
To bring down the church.
I never know that.
Against Christianity. None of this is just a mere fact of reality. Now the church was silent all along, and the churches who were speaking out have no voice.
Yeah, I'm telling you, judgment will come to them, brother.
Alright.
Judgment will come to them, because God judge the church for them. But I feel like God they honest what them are doing and what they not do. You understand? So everybody have to answer to their own and say.
Start the hospital for 40 billion in taxes to the government. Then
oh yeah, share them talk about UHWI. The whole story. You know say nothing now come out of that, right?
No?
You just write off the tax, you know, or make them pay some money, but they can't pay all that. So all of that, the money they were supposed to come back into the economy, billion gone. Imagine a $40 billion could have do right now. With all of the hurricane victims them and them something. You see me? So the tax collection thing they
Tomorrow
need to
is the
start.
first hurricane season.
Hmm?
And tomorrow the first hurricane season start.
Brother, let me tell you this. You see June 1st, take it as me tell you, based off what the prophet ever say, June 1st is going to be the beginnings of a disaster season. That me I tell you. Yeah, man. Disaster season, bro. All type of disaster, whether earthquake, storm, flooding, just regular flooding, be a disaster. That prophecy, be a disaster. Unfortunately,
True, man. And me glad me one of them make you say, yo, from 2024 BOLO I said the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
We see the judgment that come up from a long time.
Mm-hmm. Then all you have to do, remember the
church because see even though we know say George Davis them, but them are the same leaders who play a blind eyes too. The medias are leaders who play a blind eye as well. You understand what I say? The parents, a lot of parents who's leaders who play a blind eye to a party. I see a man come out the other day and tell I cuss out and journalists with the whole out picture them on it. Well, man, listen to me, man. PNP is the only party supporters in Jamaica who willing for national PNP anytime they keep up for finish.
Me nah hear good. You have to talk louder, because you talk to your microphone.
I said the PNP supporters are the only supporters in Jamaica who is willing to throw away them party if them party and keep up foolishness.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And then no ram too. That's true.
And then we no ram.
They no ram.
We say we no vote and we no vote.
Yeah, they no ram. That's true. That's true. They just know so they not vote for the next party. Because the next party now, they never go and go. And just that, they just not vote for them.
So a lot of leaders, not only the church, I just try to get that out there for me. I was going cuss the church. I just have them.
I'm not like you. Sorry for cut you. You know, so some of them vote for Andrew tricked them in 2016.
Yeah, big time.
Andrew tricked them. No lies told. Andrew tricked them. Let's go ahead.
Bolo, that was the first place where Andrew was coming up with more for child with the whole of Portmore. Power for your church, you know.
Damn.
That coming like a cold church to the people, to the residents in the Portmore. Because almost every resident visit that church. So that was the target, you know. You could have gone any other church in the Portmore.
More play something when I done, yeah?
Yeah, man. There's a cult following to the power field ministry. It have a lot of members within the Portmore constituencies, right? So him target that church.
Yeah, I mean, for theme style, it would make sense that in our church, in target, they have a high population and a lot of influence. It would make sense.
Where the park, remember, so the park, the Resilient Park is right in front of that church as well.
Where?
The Resilient Park, that is the park right in front of Portmore Mall and NARRA. That road about there, the new park that they run up.
Okay.
We banned for last year. Year before last in 2024.
Okay.
We banned for that. And said, no man, come here, so come bad up the extortion run. Yeah. So them have a targeting plan and them do what them do. Them use the church and them use people to gain. And all of who being used are now in deep remorse.
Because them know, them know say a lot of people, what them do is, them really a follower, they don't really think to themselves, that I want. And then, as Mr. Cole said earlier, people without vision have a perish. So all the that are going. Them be in a church, but them still not
I
be there.
don't know my time above here work, you know.
Say that again?
I said I forgot jump, you know,
Yeah, man, I say a word, man. I go play some something, man. Respect me, G. Thanks for coming up.
Yeah.
Alright, look come on. Man, I forgot work in the morning. I see break. Get some rest. Big up Splash DJ. Alright, my people. Ferrin Blanco, you say fire emojis. Man. Let me just move that phone back. I threw Mr. Coley there and but they don't want to get the microphone close so that people them can hear him. People to help with the live goal up on TikTok and YouTube as well. BOLO V&R 2.0. Clip on back or something. Yeah, man. Bless up the super chat. Let me put up the cash up. I forgot to put up the cash up there. Hold on there. Alright. Let's raise this up a little bit. Sorry. Yes. Yes. Well, go on, O'Neal. Big up yourself. Up. Yeah, man. Bless up on yourself. Yeah, man. I'm pin the live goal. What this? What going on, sir? Yeah, me good? Wanna hear me? Okay. So I see some flashing like a computer want shut off. You wonder what go on. Yeah, Ferrin Blanco. Big up yourself. Alright, so everything Gucci and all they're close to the box so you can hear what go on. Carol Miller, what's up? What's up, my baby? How you doing? Hope all is well, you know. Hope all is well. I want to share an article, something I just come across a while ago. Very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. It says here that the NIA distanced itself from PM's political activists posing as civil society actors. Who remember when Andrew Honest attacked the civil society groups? Me tell you, that man is a bitter man, you know. He is so bitter, right? He does not forgive. And that's why you guys should not forget what the things that he does. Andrew Honest is not a forgiving person, you know. You see, because the civil society group them come out and literally said, yo, the Bilia, the NARRA Bilia, no man don't have to go make some changes. I ain't bunny, you know, because the people them did honest. Because it validated what the People's National Party is saying. Because them couldn't say, boy, oh, you know, say a bad man, the People's National Party, bad mind, because them in a power and them vex about September 3rd. Because they always use those foolish statements. Oh, them bad mind and bad mind and bad mind. Always trying to invalidate the actual position of the People's National Party. They always try to do that, yeah? So, here we go. Let me read this. Let me play this little clip for now.
I don't know how to react to something like that. The Prime Minister wasn't speaking to me. I don't know. The Prime Minister, I'm very certain, knows who he's speaking to, and if he knows them, he should speak to them. I, on the other hand, I'm speaking to the Prime Minister and the Executive and Jamaica about governance and participation, and I believe that it's my right as a Jamaican citizen to do so. There are several things that we would have loved to have seen, and that the first thing is that speed and efficiency does not cancel out accountability.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the NIA, the National Integrity Action. Any entity that has integrity as their mandate, this government, the Andrew Honest-led government, really don't like them. I wonder if you guys notice. They are public enemy number one. And when they come out and speak on integrity matters, they are labeled as PMP. And you know, that's not such a bad thing. So Andrew Honest, Paula, good night, or good morning. Andrew Honest is literally validating the argument that the People's National Party aligned themselves as being a party of integrity. Because when persons that are a part of civil society groups like NIA And Jonas throw this broad blanket statement to say he never said anybody specific, you know. But we have to go assume some talk about everybody at the end of the day, right? So assuming that he's talking about everybody, that would include some of the people in the NIA, right? The National Integrity Action. And you know, although I really miss Miss Danielle Archer and nobody can replace her, I think the general here that took her place, I think he's doing a good job. Dr. Gavin Myers, I think he's doing a good job. And I want to salute him for you know, really doing what you know he's there to do without fear or favor. Let's continue.
The National Integrity Action, NA, is seeking to distance itself from a bold claim by Prime Minister Andrew Holness that political activists posing as civil society members are behind criticism of the accountability framework governing NARRA. The principal director of the NIA is Dr. Gavin Myers. The legislation establishing NARRA was gazetted on Tuesday. Dr. Myers maintains that civil society will continue its role in ensuring that Jamaica's resources are used in the best interest of its people. Dr. Gavin Myers, Principal Director of the NI. He was speaking during Nationwide at 5 on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Quantity Surveyor Dean Burrows believes there is sufficient local capacity to execute reconstruction projects under NARRA. Dean Burrows, Quantity Surveyor. He was also speaking on Nationwide at 5 on Wednesday.
The aim of this is saying that we want Jamaica's resources to work better for the people and that the people to be engaged. And if this is something that the government of Jamaica is saying, then it's not adversarial. It is something that we work collaboratively about. I will know Jamaica's democracy, Jamaica's governance, we're in a low trust environment, both in the Caribbean and especially in Jamaica. So the more things we put in to build up the trust, to ensure that people have buy-in, a feeling that this is something that is working for them. It is the better we have in terms of building something going forward.
Oh, are you on TikTok? Okay, no problem. I just want to say you and nobody else.
There are architects, engineers, quantity surveyors, both local and internationally qualified, who have been waiting in the wings for a time like this. And I think when they come to the fore, one is going to be surprised. And it requires all of these persons, apart from contractors. And I'm not thinking, at the contractors who we see around, because a lot of people think that because we see contractors from other countries working, we don't have our local persons here. We have local competence. And what we find is that we are able, I think, to put our shoulders to the wheel. We always make sure that this thing works. Remember that the main aim is to make sure that we get value for money.
Hey, who man is this? Oh, man, is this?
I don't know, but I sense a type of vibe from that person. Dean Burrows. Yeah, he said what? Dean Burrows said he believes that there is sufficient local capacity to execute reconstruction projects. Yeah, but what about the accountability framework? You have no problem with that? You just see green? I'm just asking. I don't know. I get a vibe. But anyway, I'm gonna move on. Yeah, I'm gonna move on, ladies and gentlemen. Let me move on. You heard? Let me move on. Let me go back to this. Let me move on.
And if the commissioner feels uncomfortable about it, he does what every chief executive does. If you believe a policy is untenable and you can't execute it, somebody else does it. It's as plain and simple as that. But the elected government of the day, Colin,
yes,
we have a responsibility to institute policies and programs that, in our judgment, is in the best interest of the population at large.
Fitzjackson, the policeman in Montego Bay, went and stand in front of the vehicle. My understanding is that your training tell you never to do that. Do you believe he put himself in harm's way so as he could do what he did?
Well, Colin, don't worry, complicate about it. The same video that you talking from, I see it and thousands, if not millions more, have seen that same thing. And interestingly, we're talking about, I don't think I'm straying away. Interestingly, talking about body-worn cameras a moment ago.
Yes.
Those footage never came from a police body-worn camera.
And hold on,
that is a problem.
The policeman is giving a story of what he said to Buju, and people are giving a story of what he said to Buju. Had he on him body camera, we would have heard exactly what was said.
So this argument about whether you should or not, and as I've said before elsewhere, this Latoya Bulgin case is not any other case, because it highlights some critical things that some people are running away from, are trying to run away from. That the cameras in the vicinity that capture those images refute their argument. There are many people who feel that if it wasn't for that camera, what you would get as former commissioner Lewis said at a forum we were at recently, you get the standard response. The police was attacked.
Yes.
The police pulled up her arm in defense, and the person was shot and killed. It's a standard line. It's what you hear every time. It's a worn argument.
Yo, listen. You see, who remember when the police them start come with this argument, say, we were in a confrontation. So it moved away from a shootout to a confrontation. Like, you cannot have a confrontation with Jamaican police. If you are to have a confrontation with Jamaican police, it would mean that your life would end 99% of the time. Unless you ended their lives. That's the argument. The new thing is a confrontation. And I said to myself, yo, so now it's no longer a shootout and they escaped in nearby bushes. That was something from way back in the 90s or no, you don't. Now it get out of hand to the point where you're in a confrontation with the police. Yo, I don't want to have no confrontation with the police, bro. And I'm going to make a call to one of my police brethren, or somebody that knows a lot of them. I need to know if there's any police listening right now. What is the rank and what is the average pay that you guys get? Because I was hearing some figures and it was shocking to me. And I'm about to go on a campaign for the police. If what they're telling me is true that you guys are getting paid, bruh, I am going on a campaign for the good police them to get proper money. Because this is ridiculous. Why do you guys take that job? I'm telling you, me personally, all right, so I understand the benefits, you know. You're going to get some type of deal. I don't know. You're going to get some type of deal at the dealership where you can buy cars or some stuff like that. I can understand that, but really? The money that I hear that you guys are getting, I am about to go on a campaign for the police them to get some real money. Mums, I'm here talking? Huh? You moment? I'm here talking? What? Too loud? Eh? Oh, I soon gone in still. I'm not stay long. No man, I soon gone in for true, man. I'm not stay long. I never plan to stay long. Right now, I'm not make 2 o'clock past me. I'm not even want to reach so late. Let me continue.
It's a worn argument.
MP Jackson, is there any truth that our police officers are being trained by Israelis?
Who?
I can't verify that.
Have you ever heard it before?
Andrew, watch me.
I can't verify, but I wouldn't dismiss it.
Would it be a concern to you if that found out to be true?
Well, anything Israelis security people is a concern to me.
Public Israelis?
I can't verify that.
Have you ever heard it before?
I've heard it before. I can't verify, but I wouldn't dismiss it.
Would it be a concern to you if that found out to be true?
Well, anything Israelis security people is a concern to me.
Why so?
What I know that take place in Gaza.
Oh.
Tell me something. What would you, if you were a minister or a prime minister in Jamaica during the apartheid rule in South Africa, would you have invited the South African apartheid government to train your people?
Absolutely not. But
Okay.
Chris Jackson, with that same question, there are Israelis in Jamaica giving counsel to our children. I've not heard the opposition said anything about that.
Well, I don't want to stereotype Israelis as a people.
But they were said by the government.
There's a big difference between the Israeli government, how it operates, and Israeli citizens. Because as you know, there's a very strong Israeli opposition in Israel,
yes,
against much of what the government is doing. So let me be clear. This is not a stereotyping of all Israelis. Personally, I know a number of Israelis here in Jamaica, right, that I could never in my wildest dream associated anything like what I see take place by the Israeli military and security forces in Gaza. So that distinction must be made. In much the same way, you know, that we have some Jamaicans that we are not proud of.
That is true. That is true. But the next question, but those people though, who would have been said.
Shout out to Mr. Fitzjackson. I think he's being honest. I don't just think he's being diplomatical. And that makes a lot of sense. You can't broad brush anything. Any generalization is usually wrong. Like 99.99999999999999999%. The probability of a generalization being right is 0.000000000000000000000000000000000%. It's a lot of zeros. It is insignificant. So I don't like to generalize. So I like the distinction he made between the government of Israel and the people of Israel. Great distinction, and I appreciate the People's National Party for standing on business, because Michael Manley would have done the same, and Michael Manley is the standard. Yeah, Michael Manley is the standard. I played that video earlier. I have it too. I'll make sure to save it. I'm going to take it down and I'm going to post it up on my channel, because it's a great reference of how a real leader thinks and how a real leader speaks. You know, it's like he had this stance of, hey, we're gonna stand for what is right, cost it what it will. And I will walk with that leader wherever it goes. That's a leader I would walk with. Lavish 01, big up. David 77, big up. I would walk with that leader anywhere he goes. Real thing. So big up Mr. Michael Manley.
Here to give counseling to our children would have been said by the Israeli government. And my argument is that why is our government in bed with the Israeli government based on all the atrocities that we are aware of?
Well, that is an unfortunate foreign policy position and practice by the government, right? What we normally do in order to reinforce the position we take, principal position,
yes,
and then the issues, is how we retain the relationship with the government or not at any point in time, right? And in light of what the Israeli government has been involved in, I don't think it is in the interest of Jamaica to be identified with the government, but we will surely identify with the people of Israel.
As aircraft carrier, U.S. aircraft carrier, will be coming to Jamaican waters. My information is that it will be docked in Kingston sometime next week. Are you concerned that might be, or are you aware of it? One, and
I've heard of it.
Are you concerned that it might be something to do with Cuba?
Well, I will not support any military action, preparatory or in execution, against the people and government of Cuba. Let me make that.
See, this is the difference between the People's National Party and the government, the Jamaica Labour Party, right? When it comes to Cuba, the position of the People's National Party is very, very clear. The position of the Jamaica Labour Party is very, very ominous. It's deceptive. It's up in the air. 1 minute it's this, and the next minute it's that. True. They don't publicly come out and say, we are against Cuba. Open mind, thank you. They don't do that. They act as if they're being diplomatic, but their actions say something totally different. How is it possible that we're going to facilitate potentially, because I don't even know why the warship is here. Are they coming to take up Andrew Holness and influence them? Could that be the case? Are they coming to clean up persons that are a part of crime syndicates in high places? Is that what the warship is here for? I hope so. I really do. I really do hope that it's some criminals in the Caribbean that is a part of Jamaica that they are coming to pick up. Yes, high level criminals. Why not? Only thing, wouldn't you guys be elated that that's the case? I would be elated. Yes, man, pack them up, man. Put on handcuff on them, man, and get them out of here, man. Honestly, people, you know with me? I don't like the idea there. However, if it's a case where it's Cuba, what has Cuba done? Honestly, I don't get it. What has Cuba done but seek to stand on their own 2 feet? Can anybody explain that to me? That would be my genuine question. I am befuddled. I am confused. I am flabbergasted as to what has Cuba done to America. I don't get it, bro. Is it because of their friends that they choose to be friends with? And because they can't really touch their friends, you know, they say you can't get squatch, you catch you shot. Jamaican terminology. That's a big terminology for Jamaica. Big terminology. It's a big terminology. Yo, as we said that, remember the brother when we did the reaction to earlier. Yo, my live stream earlier today. Man, if you haven't watched that, yo, y'all need to go check that out, bro. Real talk. That live stream was lit. You heard? And if you haven't watched my videos that I've been posting all day, the uploads, you definitely need to go check them out. Check them out. Check them. As soon as I'm done with this, I'll be off here and I'll be putting out, let me see, a video by 3:30, then 5:30, then 7:30, then 9:30, then 11:30, then 1:30. That's all. I'm gonna drop a video every 2 hours. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So it's gonna be a busy Sunday. But y'all make sure y'all check out the other ones, man. For the people on TikTok, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube, you're not gonna see these uploads. Y'all gotta go to my YouTube. I'm talking about real, not no 3-minute video. I'm talking about breakdowns. I'm talking about information. I put out a master class earlier today. Let me take a look at it. Let's see if the people them really engage with the content. Hold up. I know I put out a lot of videos, so let me see. Go to the page. I put out it was like 43 minutes. I put out a master class video today, man. Oh my god. Alright, so on BOLO V&R clips, you guys really haven't really engaged with the video much. You guys are more engaging with the Isaac Buchanan clip today. That was the one that you guys really engaged with over there. My videos don't do very well on BOLO V&R clips. My live streams, depending on when I go live, those videos do well. I don't know why those uploads don't do well, but it is what it is. It's all good. But BOLO V&R 2.0 now, yeah, we're still doing the work, you know. So I notice these things and I try to, you know, do what I can in terms of improvements. On BOLO V&R 2.0 now, that masterclass that I dropped, let me see. Yeah, you guys definitely not catching on, bro. Destruction of the petrojam and increasing economical hardship on the poorest Jamaicans is all the JLP's fault. Yo, you guys need to like and share that video. Get it out there. I'm telling you, real talk. Get it out there, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? I'm gonna just continue to push out the content and you guys catch up. Here's a video with even Conrad O'Brien. I thought y'all would be going crazy in that one. Roshaw, shout out to Miss Roshaw. Man, listen. Miss Roshaw let them know what time it is. That video I had to re-edit and post again because there was a hiccup. And of course, you know, that one is still getting good traction as well. So shout out to the people supporting, man. But yeah, when I come off here, it's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. It's up. Let's continue.
Unequivocally clear. Anything towards that not only will not get my support, but will not get my sympathies either. And that is non-negotiable.
Jackson, the Firearm License Authority has been flagged by the Integrity Commission. A report was submitted to the Parliament on the 30th of March.
Get my sympathies either. And that is non-negotiable.
Jackson, the Firearm License Authority has been flagged by the Integrity Commission. A report was submitted to the Parliament on the 30th of March. That report has not been tabled, and the reason given by the Speaker or the President of the Senate is that it is in the court, and the leader of government is in the House also. The court ruled yesterday, the court denied the request by the FLA, but gave them permission to appeal. What would you say to the Jamaican people should happen now, or do you expect that the report will be tabled next Tuesday?
Well, I put it this way. I expect due process to prevail. Right? The law says that the IC it does an investigation, and if it has matters to report to the Parliament, it so submit that report, and the Speaker and the President of the Senate lay those reports in the respective houses. It's as simple as that.
Simple.
Now, from time to time, the reports, what is contained in the reports might be contested. And remember, you know, I don't know what is in the report. I only know the entity that it relates to, right? I don't know what is the report. I can't comment on the content of it.
Right.
Some of the reports have egregious things in it, and some are not egregious. Some are, like for example, failure to submit a report when it is due, right? Yeah. It's an administrative failure. And I remember when the law was being developed, one of the reasons on it is to cause us members and other public servants to take the law seriously and don't just ignore it and don't file.
Yes.
So there is a consequence to just not filing. And there are persons on both sides of the aisle, and many public servants have run afoul of such breaches. Not breach of dishonesty, not breach of unaccountable wealth, which is really what the Integrity Commission is all about. You know, sometimes we get caught up in just the abstract of the integrity report rather than really what it is seeking to do. Is that we in public offices, right, don't use our position for personal enrichment. That's essentially what we try to do. So it doesn't say you can't make money or can't have a lot of money, but you must demonstrate that you have legitimately come in possession of that money. So you could be a multi-billionaire or trillionaire. The IC and the law doesn't prohibit or forbid that. All it says, what you have, show us and justify that you got it by legitimate means. It's not nobody pass some money under the counter.
Is not nobody going to lodge $4 million to your account?
Nobody going to lodge $4 million and you can't say what is the source of the $4 million.
And you can't say who lodged it.
And you can't say who lodged it.
That's
all it is, you know. So if they come to me and say them find money in my accounts or what, and I don't provide sufficient information as to how I come about it, it's incumbent upon me to demonstrate that. It don't mean that the money is illegitimate. It means that I can't, and why is it? If it's legitimate, you need to come from a particular source. Why the sources?
Yeah.
When they confirm it.
Hey, one thing we know, Colin Bell is very good at what he does. He has a lot of experience. I don't know if you guys heard how he dropped that in there about certain things that happened in Andrew Willis's IC report that was reported, right? Like direct references, and Mr. Fitzjackson is no different. But really and truly, I'm laughing, but this is very, 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 very sad. It's depressing to know that we have a leader in Andrew Honest that has no shame, has no principle of leadership. To know that, sir, as soon as that report came out, you should have excused yourself from power. And he walks around with this bravado. He really is a narcissist, you know? He walks around with this bravado like, yo, I am him. No, you are not him. Right? That's some disrespectful stuff when people look on you like, to that. No, you are not. You are that. You are that guy that decided that you were not going to do the right thing for the nation of Jamaica. You being uncertified has cost Jamaica a lot. No well-thinking investor is going to want to come here. Lady G, what's up? Lady G, you know, I treat me right in the views.
There's something that I should have asked you about Israeli that slipped me. The Israeli, what do they have to do with the EOJ and our electoral system?
Lady G,
I don't know.
I don't know.
And I would hope they have nothing to do with it.
Is this the first time you have been asked about them involving in our electoral system?
Right.
I hear some whispers on the street, Colin. I can't tell you I never hear that. And I ask questions of some persons within, and they have been, they can't tell you.
There's something that I should have asked you about the Israeli that slipped me. The Israeli, what do they have to do with the EOJ and our electoral system?
I don't know. I don't know. And I would hope they have nothing to do with it.
Is this the first time you have been asked about them involving in our electoral system?
I hear some whispers on the street, Colin. I can't tell you I never hear that.
But Mr. Fitz, you have to go do your research, man. With PNP, you have to do it. No, Mr. Fitz. Mr. Fitz, remember say I want Israeli company to get the contract, Mr. Fitz. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look it up right now. Because if Mr. Fitz, I say him don't know that it's serious. It's serious, Jamaica. Mr. Fitz, you know them thing there. Google. Which Israeli company got the contract for 2025 general election? I could have sworn I saw something in the paper where that is concerned. See it there? See it there? June 4th, 2022. Let me share it with you guys. The Observer. The Observer. Yeah, that's all I had to do to find it. Come on, Mr. Fitz. Come on, sir. You gotta be informed about these things, man. Thank you, though. Because I would have come to this article anyway after it was mentioned. See, it's right here. Israeli firm wins EOJ contract. But this was June 4th, 2022. Hold up. It should be later than that. Hold up, guys. It should be later than that. I need something more recent. Is it that it's the same firm that December Israel revealed mystery client behind? Okay, no, that's not it. General election contract for the 2025. Hold on. If you are referring to the 2025 general election and midterm, several countries utilize contracts with Israel companies for election management, biometrics, registration, and digital influence. Right? But yeah, I'm talking about Jamaica. For Jamaica, I didn't put Jamaica in the search. Sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't put Jamaica in the search. Alright, so the Israeli company Panjay secured the contract with the Electoral Commission to supply a digital, multimodal, biometric voter registry system. Boom. You see, oh my God, it's the same. No, it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the one earlier than that. So is it so they've been using this system from 2022? I guess this is it. Yeah, I guess this is it. Panji. The company name Panji. They are the ones, see? It says, let me see about the JIS. Jamaica and Israel discuss cooperation. When was this article? Let me see. When was this? 2017. Jamaica and Israel discuss cooperation agreement. About what? About what? Let me see. Let me listen to this.
I'm Theodore Henry with the JIS Evening News for Thursday, January 12th. Coming up, Jamaica and Israel discuss cooperation agreement. JCDC warns against voting scam, and Cabinet approves establishment of first hotel school. The details after the break.
Do not post your location on social. Identifying him
And his Israeli counterpart Benjamin
should be reported immediately to the police or the Office of the Children's Registry.
Now the news. Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his Israeli counterpart Benjamin Netanyahu have opened discussions for the collaboration of both governments in the areas of water, agriculture, economics, technology, and domestic security. The discussions got underway during a bilateral meeting with Mr. Netanyahu, while Prime Minister Holness was on a 3-day visit to Israel this week. During the meeting, Mr. Holness outlined that Jamaica has long admired Israel's advances in technology, cybersecurity, agriculture, and other areas. Mr. Netanyahu expressed optimism that both countries can work together successfully, noting that both countries are democracies and have flourished under challenges. He added that the Israeli government is eagerly interested in cooperating with Jamaica in fields that relate to economy, security, and technology. The Israeli Prime Minister also accepted an offer by Mr. Holness to make an official visit to Jamaica, stating that he hopes to do so sometime in the future. The Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC, is reporting that persons posing.
So, okay, that is one perspective. This was from 2017, so that's when it started. But in 2022, Israel company wins Jamaica cybersecurity contract. This was 2021. Let's go to this press release, showing you the connection with Israel. So, one company won, right? Cybersecurity. So, an undisclosed Israel firm won an undisclosed. Sorry, guys, an undisclosed Israeli firm won a contract last year to provide cybersecurity equipment to the government. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang has confirmed without giving further detail. Why? Why is it hush hush? Why is a cybersecurity equipment hush hush coming from Israel? They didn't even tell you the firm, an undisclosed Israeli firm. Why is that? Why all these secrets when it comes on to Israel? Very interesting. But this is the cybersecurity part, right? Let's go back. Let's go back. Because we're talking about elections, right? The only article that comes up is from 2022. The Israeli firm wins the EOJ contract. Let me go into this contract to see how long the contract is. Let me see how long the contract is. When does the contract expire? Let me read this article. They name Pangia, company firm named Pangia. All right, listen to this. Let's read. Hello.
The company said that to ensure robust election security and negate. Uzi Rosenthal, Executive Vice President. Israeli firm wins EOJ contract. Israeli-based Pangia IT, which specializes in the digital transformation of government and business services, has been awarded a tender from the government of Jamaica, GJ, to replace the biometric system for the country's voter registry. The deal includes the complete build-out of an advanced biometric system, training, and maintenance services. A company release from Pangia indicated that the company will provide the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, EJ, with an integrated centralized biometric system. Pangia indicates that it is a supplier of digital identity, security, and e-payment solutions. The company specializes in the digital transformation of government services and enterprise business operations. The international tender from the GOJ called on global businesses to apply, and Pangea's proposal was selected from among international specialists in digital and biometric technologies for government services. The solution for the GOJ will include installation, configuration, and commissioning of a multimodal automated biometric identification system, ABS, based on two primary biometric identifiers, fingerprints and facial images, and all the attendant hardware and software components. As part of the project, the company indicated that it will provide software for dozens of nationwide biometric registration systems and support the solution's integration with existing legacy systems of the Electoral Commission, like the Elector Registration System, ERS, for a million voters. Pangea said the system will support up to 4 million voters in Jamaica. The company may have been tasked to future-proof the new digital system, as Jamaica has half of that number on its voters list. By Tabola. The company said that to ensure robust election security and negate the potential for voter fraud, such as duplicate votes or deceased voters, the system will utilize advanced artificial intelligence-based biometric technologies for identifying fingerprints and facial recognition. Pangea has been contracted by the EOJ for 5 years, during which time it will provide continuous support and maintenance.
That's all I needed to know. 5 years. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. 5 years. So the last general election, this same Israeli company was providing maintenance and all of that stuff. There's the connection. There's the connection, ladies and gentlemen. Da da dee, da da da.
I ask questions of some persons winning, and they have been denied. But the denial don't mean that it is actually so.
But isn't this something that the PNP should ensure? Should make some effort to...
I have a strong interest in that for more reasons than one. Foremost amongst them, I want to make sure that the democratic process that we have in Jamaica is immune from corruption. Right? I want to make sure that someone who comes into parliament as a member of parliament come through the express will of the voters in that constituency.
Right.
And as a member of parliament, I too have something personally at stake. Because if them use a system to cause me to lose my seat illegitimately, it obviously is of concern to me. So yes, to answer your question, I have concern. I am hoping that our people and the Electoral Advisory Commission, through whatever audits and so forth, that we will seek to have the commission pursue, that will be done. You know, Colin, I just mentioned about EOJ. Although you invite me to the program and not me invite myself to say what I want to say, but I am going to crave your privilege. You know, yesterday, we had the first meeting with the EOJ and this whole Portmore Parish rubbish that the government has come up with, which is nothing more than, as I've said before, and I repeat, is a gerrymandering exercise, which is so regrettable. You know, we see it manifested in a barefaced way in the United States now, and everybody condemning it. But not many people in Jamaica is condemning the gerrymandering taking place in Jamaica, right? By way of this parish thing for Portmore. But the point I really want to mention is that yesterday, we had the first meeting called by the EOJ to sensitize the political leaderships at various levels. MPs, caretakers of constituencies and divisions in the areas to be affected. And it was interesting. The court struck down, I'll put it this way, the court stopped the government from bringing into force the law that they used their majority to pass in Parliament, in the lower house and in the Senate, and have it assented by the GG and gazetted, but had not yet been put into force at a date set by the minister as is required. And so that is where it has been stopped.
Right.
It being stopped there, it's not law. It's an intended law, but it's not law. It doesn't exist and have no force. When the court ruled that you can't bring that law into force because it violates the Constitution. It violates the Constitution because the proposed boundaries will cause constituencies to span two parishes.
Yes.
A new parish that you created and the existing St. Catherine parish. So it's a clear case of breach. So the court shut it down. The government says to the court, oh yes, judge, we see that it would be in breach of the Constitution, and so we are going to fix it. Oh, by the way, judge, we never really intend to bring it into force until it comply with the Constitution, which is hogwash. Because you never hear that pronouncement about what they are going to do. Clear case of breach. So the court shut it down. The government says to the court, oh yes, judge, we see that it would be in breach of the Constitution, and so we are going to fix it. Oh, by the way, judge, we never really intend to bring it into force until it comply with the Constitution, which is hogwash. Because you never hear that pronouncement about what they are going to do to overcome that constitutional barrier. So the court ruled, the government and Madam Speaker,
yes,
the new parish that you created and the existing St. Catherine parish. So it's a clear case of breach. So the court shut it down. The government says to the court, oh yes, judge, we see that it would be in breach of the Constitution, and so we are going to fix it. Oh, by the way, judge, we never really intend to bring it into force until it comply with the Constitution, which is hogwash. Because you never hear that pronouncement about what they are going to do to overcome that constitutional barrier. So the court ruled out. The government and Madam Speaker hurriedly called a meeting of the Boundaries Committee of Parliament. By the way, the Boundaries Committee of Parliament, which is a committee established in the Constitution, not through standing orders or legislation. The Constitution establishes the Boundaries Committee, which is to make recommendation on any changes to constituency boundaries from time to time, to keep the constituency sizes and so forth in line with what the limits are for constituency sizes. So the committee is the one that leads that process. But they were so drunk in their gerrymandering pursuit that they never think much about what they were doing. So they call the committee out. All of a sudden, I'm on that committee.
Yeah.
Out of the blue, they convene a meeting and say to the committee and to the EOJ that they invited, look, the court has ruled that this law needs to be in compliance with the Constitution. EOJ, go and prescribe the boundaries now for the constituencies and the divisions so that it can conform to the Constitution. And the EOJ that is set trying to be faithful and obedient.
How hilariously sad. Me tell them to say JLP they move back where yo. Una hear them wanna talk about this gerrymandering thing at Portmore, brother. What a big confusion. Them a go back way forward, then forward back way. Rough.
Need to be in compliance with the Constitution. EOJ.
Like and share the video, guys. Like and share the video.
Now for the constituencies and the divisions so that it can conform to the Constitution. And the EOJ that is set trying to be faithful and obedient to the instructions of the Committee of Parliament set out on this exercise. So yesterday, I asked the Commissioner and the Chairman, all these boundaries that they are trying to establish now in keeping with the directives of the Boundaries Committee, when will they come into force? The director made it clear, no new constituency boundary can come into place until the next election. Next election, of course, is 2030, or if held earlier. So that is one. Number two, and this is where the EOJ has been put in a contorted position by the Boundaries Committee. It says realign constituency boundaries in keeping with this law that we intend to have. But guess what? The EOJ is referring to the parish of Portmore, in which they are fitting constituency boundaries. There is no parish of Portmore in Jamaica.
Exactly that.
So how can you set boundaries in a parish that don't exist?
And then,
but this, so I sat there yesterday, Colin, and I was smiling all the way from the beginning to the end. And I said to the director, it's a grand waste of time. Because you cannot set boundaries for a parish
that does not exist.
Prior to now, the Boundaries Committee have been adjusting constituencies within the parishes of Jamaica. And the parishes that we have are 14 parishes.
Yes.
Some have as low as 2, which the Constitution says the minimum, right? And
Portland have 2.
Portland have 2, and Hanover have 2.
Yes.
St. Thomas has 2, Trelawney has 2, right? Now, that was a big joke. This is what the whole corrupt thinking of this government is subjecting public servants to, and the use of scarce national resources. In their corrupt gerrymandering pursuit, they are engaging the AOJ in this exercise. How can you set parish constituency boundaries within a parish that does not legally exist?
But is it that they are using the what the government give to them?
Hold on, Colin.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Government, the parliament.
Is it that they are using the what the government give to them?
Hold on, Colin. The government, the parliament, the prime minister, the speaker, committees of parliament are all subservient to the Constitution of Jamaica.
But Fitzjackson, let me ask you this. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, how many times have he found to be breaching the Constitution of Jamaica?
I think he finds himself more in breach than in compliance.
But in any self-respecting democracy, is that tenable when you know the oath? I guess you have taken this oath many a times. And a part of the oath says you swear to, or he affirms, right? To uphold and defend the Constitution. Am I correct in my quote?
Yes. But he acts in breach of it.
But is that tenable?
But Colin, that's the point I'm making. What you just said, it is not an opinion of Colin Bell.
That's a fact.
That which you said that I concur with.
That's a fact.
Is not my opinion.
That's a fact.
It is a fact.
Yes.
So if the person don't like me or don't like you, it's of no moment. Are you disliking the facts? Are you
Jamaica, if we should really do a count of how many times Andrew Holness breached the Constitution, and he breaches it in the most egregious ways, like the needs, privacy. Have you guys read the actual the ruling of the judge, where the affidavit is, the ruling of the judge where the case of the needs is concerned, why they said it was unconstitutional? Yo, listen to me, man. Wanna listen to me good. The fact that they drafted an act or a bill that actually does what the needs it in its original form, the real breaches of the needs, it's criminal to me. When I tell people that that bill or that act, if it turned into an act, would have been like taking steps back, going into slavery. Yeah, digital slavery. yes, real thing. So, I mean, I'm not exaggerating. People don't understand the gravity of the situation where that is concerned, but it's really, really sad that they don't. But trust me when I tell you, you did not want to find out. That's why I have to tell people, you see, please thank God for the People's National Party. And, excuse me, the needs is one of the main reasons why I know, because I read it already, you know. It's one of the main reasons why I know that the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party isn't the same. Because if the People's National Party was the same as the Jamaica Labour Party, they would not have carried the needs to court. They would have let it slide and ran with the program. And I'm telling you, that program that Andrew Holness was setting up, oh, I don't think gonna see wicked yet, I don't think gonna see pressure yet. Let the needs. Remember, you know, if you didn't take the needs, you would go to prison. You either go to prison or you would have to pay a fine, a very significant fine, which most Jamaicans cannot borrow because they don't have the credit to borrow. So they were backing you up in a corner and forcing things on you where a breach of your privacy was concerned. In the ruling, privacy breach was like the top of the list. There was a lot of other concerns, but one of these days I am going to go back to that article and really go and look. You guys just need to understand who we are dealing with. Real talk. I'm not on here exaggerating. My opinions of Andrew Holness is because of all those things that I read. That his government did, that they tried to push through, and I'm like, why would you do something like that? What kind of evil individual you are? Why would you want to put the Jamaican people in that position, in that vulnerability? Man, listen, y'all just don't understand.
It's like in the truth, if such is the case, you have a problem, not me. And you must sort out the problem that you have. Colin, the level of corruption, both in transactions and in governance, is moving this country more and more to the precipice. And regrettably, too many of us are sitting and accepting this while the country drifts to that brink of the precipice.
Dennis,
we must pull it away from there.
Easy question.
I know you have an appointment. I have two final questions for you. This is not one of them. How long have you been an MP? Been a MP?
July coming will be 32 years.
Hold it.
Wow, 32 years. And all I still know.
32 years.
Yes.
The Prime Minister said Jamaica got more cash donation for Gilbert than for Melissa. Is that true?
I don't have the numbers at my fingertips to challenge them and do murder. As the Auditor General has confirmed, is that while people across, particularly in Western Jamaica, who live through hardship on a daily basis, 24/7, week after week, month after month, the Prime Minister and the government sit on resources at Jamaica House and allow the people to continue their suffering. That is a fact. That is not a debatable issue. The government has had resources at its disposal to be used to ease the hardship of the people, and they have instead stumbled over themselves out of incompetence or whatever other reasons and allow the people's suffering to continue unimpeded. That by itself would be a basis of all the relevant ministers to resign, if not the Prime Minister himself.
What? Resign?
Emotional damage.
That by itself would be a basis of all the relevant ministers to resign, if not the Prime Minister himself.
What? Resign? My final question to you, MP Jackson. NARRA, the bill has been passed. The CEO is now Anthony and Ambassador Anthony Anderson. What are your views?
Well, as the opposition has said repeatedly from the outset, when you have a legislation, when you have a system of governance and of practice, because NARRA is an entity that will do things or see to things being done. When you have something constructed with major flaws, you're going to end up with flawed outcomes.
True.
So, for example, the process of selection in respect to its transparency and the architecture for accountability, the arrangement for accountability is found wanting. You're going to end up with persons who are improperly there. So, the ambassador is a result of a defective process and system. That's what you have. No, he has not started. I think it's the 1st of June. I mean, our first.
It will start on Monday.
The 1st of June, it will start. So we can't speak to how he does the job. But I would say in here, and I will say, he has gotten and taken a position in an improper way. And he now becomes complicit with that improper practice. It's as simple as that.
MP Jackson, is there anything final?
And he has in so doing, I believe, compromised himself.
Wow. Is there anything final you want to say?
And I agree. He has compromised himself. Just like the FID president, Dennis Trump. His reputation for every well-thinking Jamaican is forever tarnished. No well-thinking Jamaican can respect a Dennis Trump in the position that he got at the FID. No well thinking Jamaica. Based off that whole entire situation, the stuff he said about the Prime Minister's case. You commenting on the Prime Minister's case in a favorable way to the Prime Minister disqualifies you to even be in the conversation to getting the job at the FID to investigate the Prime Minister. Oh, and by the way, there were certain qualifications necessary for the job that was removed by the government. And that's how you got the job. Because if those qualifications were there, you could not even apply. And that's the facts. That's why nobody can respect a Dennis Strong. Nobody can respect a Anthony Anderson. That is a sensible Jamaican. A Jamaican that, you know, is about integrity and accountability in the governance structure, right? You cannot respect these individuals. There's just no way. They are the problem with the society. The fact that they would accept the job tells you there's a breach of integrity within themselves, moral code, all of that. Yes, I know it's probably strong words for them, but this is my opinion. You guys have no moral fiber, no moral compass. You guys have no integrity for even taking the job. You have I wouldn't say perjure yourself, but you have really tarnished your own reputations in the mind of any well-thinking Jamaican. Dennis Chung, Anthony Anderson. Crazy.
To my listeners and viewers.
A lot more we can say about time won't allow it now, but I think we have access to each other.
People, one Colin Bell, Portland Spice TV, one at university. You see what I'm saying? Just make sure someone go subscribe to the platform, alright? Let's do the right thing. Alright, my people. Make sure you want to go on. See it there? Portland Spice. Make sure you go subscribe, alright? Let me know what you guys think about that interview with Mr. Fitzjackson. He touched on a lot of things. Gerrymandering, the appointment of the FID president, you know, body-worn cameras, the Prime Minister's statutory declaration, NARRA. Full sum. Let me know what you guys think. Big up on yourself, my people. Every time you say me, I will end the live soon. See there? I'm going 17 minutes over 2 o'clock. And I actually did 2 hours. 1 minute and 53 seconds. So, me I got my bed. I am going to my bed on BOLO V&R 2.0 and all of this. Big up on yourself. I'm out. On BOLO V&R clips. I'm out. On BOLO TBV, stick around. Stick around BOLO TBV. Me not end my life. No sir. I don't think I should. I don't think I should. I got something for y'all, man. I got something for y'all. Trust me, I got something for y'all. Y'all stick around. And anybody over this side that want to come over BOLO TBV, come over. Alright? On YouTube, BOLO TBV. You guys can come over.